He's guaranteed if he gets in under 333. Drop and go! Shelboon! See you in Wisconsin! She was nearly perfect. Haley Adams isn't just the fittest on earth. She's the fittest teen in history. Kimden drops her ball. Roy tripped. Kimden gets in second. Roy is third. 80 points for Stephanie Roy. Will that be enough? Pepper does not see him coming. Elwell has caught Talon Pepper. Get under the yoke and go. Elwell got it off the ground.
You're kidding me.
Ethan Elwell put it down. Samurai needs to finish fourth in the event. 6:25 is the previous time to beat, and they've got to move. Drop the worm and run. 6:24. They got in over that time. That is going to be fifth place at best for Samurai. About a week and a half ago, his mother went to the hospital. A shout out to Patricia Maddox back in California. Suffers from emphysema, asthma from years of smoking. The air quality with all the wildfires in California has been tough for her. She's been in the hospital. Neil actually thought there was a time he was going to have to withdraw, leave and go back and tend to her. She is his world. Patricia Maddox was a single parent growing up. Neil saying she was mom, she was dad, she was everything. You only get one mom. Didn't grow up with a lot, relied on love with each other. Neil Maddox winning for himself, which is huge, but man, does he want this for Patricia Maddox. Ryan Starling fits that mold. One of the first responders, actually, back in 2015, December 2nd, to the terrorist attacks in San Bernardino. Treated 26 patients, got all critical patients to the surgeon in 57 minutes after that attack. The goal for SWAT medics is to do it in under an hour. Doesn't do it for the accolades, certainly does it for really the service you provide to people in the community, but after that received the Heroism Award, Life-Saving Award, and the Medal of Valor, and to this day teaches lessons across the country about what he learned being put in a situation as a first responder on a day like that. For more on Kayla, let's go to Nikki.
Yeah, you guys, even though it's a little bit about damage control at this point for Kayla Stefano, she's definitely not giving up and she's not losing heart. She just posted on her Instagram the other day that it's not over until it's over, and she will continue to fight to the very end. Now, remember, the former champ here is also about to graduate, and she'll continue to get her master's in engineering. So for her, it's about balancing her CrossFit training with her life and her future.
First off, let's just evaluate the last part of what Nikki just said right there. We are in the teenage 16 to 17-year-old division, and you did hear that right. She is about to graduate. Kayla Stefano will be a junior at Florida Atlantic University this coming fall. She skipped 8th grade. She went into college with enough credits to be a sophomore. So she's going to be a 19-year-old undergraduate, college graduate.
And the world at her feet. It's funny, you spoke about Marquez and that mental game. Kayla Stefano a little bit upset on the Wednesday, the first day of competition. The second event didn't go to plan.
Jump finish? You literally jump and then you finish. It's quite apropos.
True story. 5 rounds for time, 6 muscle ups, 3 back squats. These gentlemen are going to do it at 275 pounds. Then they will get into 30 box jump overs. It is a 30-inch box, something we haven't seen in the age division so far since the inception of the age divisions. They have got a 13-minute time cap, but I don't think these guys are going to need it.
Landon Simons, Kyle Kasper-Bauer as your leader is in lane 10, not to be confused with Kyle Kleinschmidt, who we talked about in 3rd place. He is in lane 9. Kasper-Bauer as your leader, square in the center of the floor. Can look left, right, up, down, and see where his competition stands. Lanes 11 through 20. And there's your 2 at the top of the board, chasing Kyle Kasper-Bauer.
Oh, Polk, and he's just been a surprise packet, a second, and a first. And then Clyde Schmidt yesterday finishing with a second and a second at the back end of yesterday, and both propelling themselves up into contention for that podium spot. I don't know, is it something about the Kyle K name?
It's genetic, right?
There's something in it. Next year I'm changing my name.
That's what it is. Underway, 5 rounds, 6 ring muscle ups, 3 back squats. You'd like to see it done as 6 ring muscle ups and 3 back squats.
Yes, absolutely. 6 muscle ups is like a warm up. It'll be really quick. So I'm looking to see these athletes go through every single round of the 6 muscle ups and the 3 back squats unbroken.
Take a look at the 2 we've got our eyes on. Number 1, Anna Tobias, she's in the lead. Number 2, Sam Briggs. At any moment, she could be in the lead.
Don't ever discount Samantha Briggs. She is in 13th, but 100 points. I think that's going to surge now and make her way up the leaderboard. But if Sam Briggs, and we know Sam Briggs as the game's champ from 2013, this sort of stuff is the stuff she loves running. I don't think it's going to be a yoke carry. It's going to be a yoke sprint, and she's going to run this thing down the 44-foot sections of North Park.
We talked to her about it this morning. You said yoke sprint. She laughed. And it wasn't like a funny laugh. It was like a,
yes,
yeah, you're right.
I'm going to do that. How else do you move a yoke if you don't sprint it? But she's out in front, bottom of the screen in the white and the blue tights, and really striding out. She knows she's got work to do. We're halfway through competition here at the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games for 35 to 39, a Masters division. But Sam Briggs, imagine doing that. You win an event, you get 100 points, and you don't move on the leaderboard.
Still in 13th place. You know, she's coming off that elbow injury, Sam Briggs. Fractured the joint, ruptured her medial ligament in her right elbow during the Open, wrapped it up to compete in the online qualifier, which is ungodly. The fact that she could do that and still make the games as a master speaks to her freakish athletic ability in its own right. The strength is the thing that is still coming back to that injury. It doesn't hurt. It's just not 100% 2013 champion strength, Sam Briggs, but she seems unencumbered right now climbing rope.
I did keep an eye on what Sam was doing with her training since the surgery that she did have, and moving was probably the biggest thing I noticed. She was just still going through range of movement with that arm and that elbow, but just not shifting the extra weight that she normally shifts. So this sort of rope climb movements, that's not going to be a major issue, nor will the yoke, and she is going to be the first person to the yoke, but the second one is Anna Tobias.
Talk about her thumbs as well. We've seen some athletes with that. The yellow tape on her thumbs help the grip out. Why do some choose for that versus just the natural hands?
You've got to think over the entire 4 days of competition, where could I possibly get some blisters? And we're not going to really get it from the 1 rep max shoulder overhead. Maybe a little on the obstacles that came up on day 1, but they don't know a couple of events still to come. So you've got to prepare for every opportunity that may arise and minimize the damage, not just mentally, physically, but things that can happen. Rips and tears on hands are absolutely crucial if you're doing pull-ups or bar muscle-ups or something like that. Toes to bar later on in the weekend. You want to make sure everything's intact.
Allie Crawford, now you can see the toll that this takes on you as you get into round 2.
Was that just a shake of the head at the display? That head moving around a little bit. She just changes her grip as well. Smart move.
What's better, to be tighter or to be wider?
You've got to find something comfortable, and these ladies are getting very uncomfortable. So she's trying to find a spot, and now she's moving out each stroke. She's moving her hands out, moving her hands in.
Inside grip, outside grip. Preference?
My preference is exactly the way Clifton's holding it. It balances bar out really well. The problem with that is it doesn't increase your grip strength on the overhand hand as much. Sorry, the underhand. So if you're getting that double overhand grip, as you do with a clean front squat, all that sort of stuff, all that grip strength comes into play with those forearms.
Clifton is the first one to the bike erg. The Concept 2 machine, Vincent Ramirez will follow. Let's talk about this apparatus, because if you've been around CrossFit for a while, you know what an assault bike is. This is not that. The assault bike has the wind fan that you spin, the handlebars move as well. This is a little bit more like riding a true bike. You can lean into it. The handlebars stay stationary. They're not moving with you. But it's like a rower in that you have to get that fan moving. I got a chance to ride one right before we started here. First time I'd ever been on one. Same goes for you. It's different than what you would experience on an assault bike.
Big time. I jumped on. I'm still sweating from it because I did it about 15 minutes ago. I had to play around with the damper settings. So I did 5 calories at 10, 5 at 5, and 5 at 1, and very much like that road bike. And that 10, considering how much leg fatigue these athletes have gone through, no one is going to be sitting it on 10. So I would imagine that these athletes will have it around that 5 mark.
We are set to crown champions from the city of Four Lakes, Madison, Wisconsin. We're deciding the fittest on earth at the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games. Welcome inside the age group pavilion at Alliant Energy Center. It's the Teenage Girls Division, event number 11, Complex Fran. With Jeremy Austin, Joel Godett, glad to have you along with us. Nikki Brazier down on the floor. Complex Fran, Jeremy, is what it sounds like. It's Fran with a twist.
You don't want to make it any more complex than what it is. But for time, we've got 7 bar muscle-ups, 7 chest-to-bars, and 7 pull-ups. So it's going to constitute the 21 pulling movements. 21 thrusters, then we do the 5, 5, and 5, and 15 thrusters, the 3s, and the 9 thrusters. And they are going to be doing it at Fran weight, which is 95 pounds for the guys coming up later on, and 65 pounds for the ladies who are attacking the floor right now. 7 minutes to get the work done.
Wouldn't be the CrossFit Games without a 21-15-9. Haley Adams in lane 10. All eyes on the first place leader. Kayla Stefano, the 2-time defending champion, will be directly to her left in lane 11. Stefano beating Adams each of the last 2 years by 26 combined points. Adams here in 2018, not being denied. She has won 9 of the 10 events so far and is in line, if she closes it out, to have the greatest single individual performance in CrossFit Games history.
Now, this is going to be really quick, so blink and you're going to miss it. Now, the complex. A number of athletes are going to go unbroken from the muscle-up straight into the chest to bar and then straight into the pull-ups. Adam's choosing to not do that. Now, if you want to hurt or have to hurt, now is the time to do it. If you've done Fran before in your life, which many CrossFitters have done, it is not a pleasant workout to do. Now, coming in and making it a little bit harder with those high-skill gymnastic movement, like the bar muscle up first and then the chest to bar, just makes that grip strength a whole lot worse. Keep in mind, we're doing it in the reverse order that Fran normally is, so the thrusters are last.
Kayla Stefano was the first to the barbell. The lone event that Haley Adams has not won this week was the 500-meter open water swim. Kayla Stefano won it. And Kayla Stefano is a champion in her own right. Listen, Haley Adams is not here this week without Kayla Stefano. It was the motivation of the defeats to the young lady on the left that pushed Haley Adams. She changed her training this year. She worked with Chris Hinshaw on her endurance, personalized coaching. She has taken a new approach. Stefano was pushing her again here in event 11.
Now, Kayla Stefano went unbroken on the first set, the 7 muscle up, chest to bar, and also the pull up. She's now starting to fatigue a little. Now, has Haley Adams' strategy coming in and breaking up those 7 bar muscle ups before she does the 7 chest to bar and 7 pull up going to work in her favor? It's only 5s now, so 5 bar muscle up, 5 chest to bars, and 5 pull ups. But we know Stefano is so quick on the pull up movement.
This is a 7-minute event, a sprint event. Jeremy, if you know anything about sprints,
Yes, I do.
anything can happen.
That's exactly right. Stefano with that beautiful sweeping butterfly pull-up movement for both chest to bar and the pull-up. It was very hard to take notice of when she did transition from the chest to bar down to the pull-up, but she did. The 10 reps straight, but now into the 15 thrusters, and lots of hip drive required here. The hips and the legs are absolutely smoked from the last 10 events that have gone on. and they've got to try and engage that core and use those hips as much as possible to get that barbell propelled over the head.
Stefano advancing that barbell. She is on now to her final round of complex Fran.
The bar muscle up has proven to be difficult on the fives. I wouldn't be surprised to see Kayla Stefano do single reps here. Resting a little bit at the top, but she does not want to fail a rep. But Stefano getting them done.
Onto the chest to bar for Stefano. Adams onto the muscle ups on your right side of the screen. Adams came in with a 234-point lead. Those are the largest margins of victory in any division in CrossFit Games history. Matt Frazier is the fittest ever. Two-time defending champion. He looks like he's going to take the crown in 2018, and she is blowing his lead out of the water from a year ago. Now, if Stefano can beat her here, she will close that gap. Stefano will pick up the event win, but if Adams can close behind her, it will be a historic performance. Hand is up. Haley Adams. Stefano pushed her all the way. She was nearly perfect. Haley Adams isn't just the fittest on earth. She's the fittest teen in history.
Absolutely outstanding performance from the young lady who has dominated the field, and the emotion starting to flow. It's been a big week.
Stefano the event win in 3:59. Adams in 4:19 unofficially. There's a difference in 10 points there, as Faith Ferguson finishes through her thrusters. Adams' margin of victory will go down as the largest single margin of victory by an individual, masters, teen, or team in CrossFit Games lore. Chloe Smith fighting for a podium here. Entered the event in third place, the champion from a year ago as a 15-year-old. Over the bar, and Smith in the clubhouse. That is an 11th place for Smith. Only 28 points. Devin Kim came in third. We'll have to watch how the back end of the podium squares up.